Hello everybody and welcome to Fan Dummies. I'm Greg.
And I'm Erin.
In today's video, we are going to count down the top 5 biggest differences between Batman The Long Halloween Part 1 movie and the comic books it's based on. Erin and I have read the comic books, so if you haven't read them, you might want to click the link in the description box below, download them, read them, bookmark this video, come back, like, love, and then watch it. Does that sound like a good idea, Erin?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely worth reading.
Yeah. If you want even more Batman The Long Halloween Part 1, which I'm gonna stop saying Part 1 all the time, check out our full-length podcast episode, which will also be in the description below for you to click the link. Now, there's gonna be spoilers if you didn't pick up on that, so be warned. Ready to count it down, Erin?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Number 5. There's no Batmobile in the comic books, but there is a Batmobile in the movie.
What?
Yeah. There's an interesting chase scene in the movie where Batman is using the Batmobile, like the jet engine. He's pressing all the buttons. He's using all the gadgets. He gets the windshield shot up by Mikey Chen. None of this happens in the comics. In fact, there are, I would say, sans bat gadgets.
Yeah.
The comic literally is a case of the Batmobile lost its wheel and the Joker got away.
Aw.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened in the comics.
Sad day.
Yep.
Number 4. There's no Alfred in the first 4 comics.
Ooh.
Where's he at?
Where is Alfred at?
Alfred, he's in the movie several times, like right from the beginning. He puts out candy for the kids on Halloween, and he makes Thanksgiving dinner for Selena and Bruce, just to name a few. Alfred doesn't make an appearance in the comics until much later, but we're both glad that they added more Alfred.
Yeah, there's really no Batman without Alfred, in my opinion.
Uh-huh.
Now, we all assume in the comics Alfred's at home, tending to Bruce Wayne business, but we don't see him.
Yeah.
And we like to see Alfred. Number 3. There is considerably more action in the movie than there is in the comics. Now, let me give you a couple of examples. There's a Joker shootout scene with Falcone and Dent that is not in the comics. So Joker busts into Dent's house, shoots up his couch. I mean, his couch. That sucks. Then gets in a shootout with Falcone later. It was like that same night.
Mm-hmm.
None of that happened in the comics. Then there's a Batman and Catwoman rooftop chase scene, I think a couple of times, one big long one and maybe I think one short one that never really happens in the comics. Batman's like shooting his little laser rope or, the grappling hook and swinging from building to building. None of that is in the comics. It's basically just Batman and Catwoman talking on a rooftop for the most part. There's also a really sweet Batman, Catwoman, and Chinese triad kind of karate fight in the movie that is not in the comics. And it's pretty good. Mm-hmm. Like Catwoman swoops in and saves his bat butt. Right? And then he runs off to try to find, was it Mikey Chen? He's trying to catch Mikey Chen, I think. Mm-hmm. More action in the movie than in the comics.
Number 2. The bombing of Harvey Dent's house is totally different. In the movie, Harvey gets hurt in the bombing, but in the comics, his wife gets hurt.
Yeah, and she gets really hurt.
Uh-huh. In the movie, Batman has to chase down the bomber. That's when he gets to use his Batmobile. Mm-hmm. But in the comics, he has to use his detective work and figure out where the nails are bought from by the serial numbers, which I was like, whoa, is that a thing? Also, the bomber Mikey in the movie, he's part of the Chinese triad, and in the comics, he's part of an Irish gang.
That's quite a bit different because it lends to the Chinatown karate fight, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So the fact that they switched it up to add some fight scenes, we needed some Batman karate scenes, I think.
Yeah.
So I liked it. And the number one way the movie is different from the comic book is the art in the comic is way different than the animation style in the movie. Now, it's not just that. We're going to go a couple layers deep. For example, Both Bruce Wayne, Batman, Selina Kyle, aka Catwoman, are drawn completely different. Not just animated different, but different people. Like different haircuts, different body shapes. They're different people. They're still Batman and Selina Kyle, but they seem more modernized.
Yeah.
Maybe is a good way to say it.
Yeah.
Like it's a Catwoman that you're used to seeing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not like a woman from the 90s with her hair.
Yeah, like big
That's
hair.
What I think of, yeah.
Like pretty exaggerated proportions.
Yeah.
More so than Catwoman is in this.
Yeah, yeah. And even their costumes that they wear are different.
Yeah. This movie is animated more in the style of Superman, Man of Tomorrow, and the Justice Society World War II. It's a lot less detailed, but more colorful. So if you've ever seen any of these 90s Batman books, like they've kind of got this super detailed, like Joker's got a gigantic exaggerated smile and it's kind of dark, whereas this movie is brightened up quite a bit, but just less to look at. It looks like a comic book. It just looks like a different comic book. Maybe the best way to say it. The comics, which were drawn by Tim Sale, have a very stylized look to them, as I was saying before. The art is super, super detailed and more monotone. The opening credits in the movie actually show the comic art, which is really neat. But I don't know if it's a good idea because I think I prefer the comic art.
Yeah, the comic art is really cool.
I know, like
that was one of my favorite parts of reading the comics. I think was just looking at the art and just being amazed by how detailed and there's a lot of thought put into drawing it.
Exactly. Thank you for watching this episode of Fan Dummies. We would love to know what you thought the biggest difference between the movie and the comics were. Put those in the comments below. And if you love this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. Of course, we're going to put the comic books in the description box below so that you can click that link and read them. And we'll put a link to the movie itself on Amazon for you so that you don't have to search for it. As always, you can find us on all social media at Fan Dummies, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.
If you like this top 5, you can check out some of our other top 5s or maybe more of our Batman content right up here. Thanks.